Sometimes change sneaks up on us. Other times, we go looking for it. We move into a new city. We start a new job in a new industry. We take a step into the unknown. And each of these moments, exciting, terrifying, life-altering, ask us of one thing: courage. My name is Annariina Komljenovic, and I work in tech. I help organizations navigate transformation. I spend a lot of my time in the rooms full of people who are building the future. But I'm not defined by my title. What defines us are the moments when everything breaks and we decide to begin again. But let me tell you who I really am. So, I'm 52 years old. That's about 19,000 days, but who's counting? I moved 14 times. I worked for 12 companies. I've lived in 6 countries. I speak 9 languages, 6 fluent, and 3 on a survival level. Well, that sort of means that I can order a beer and an invoice. I also have 3 daughters, 2 pets, and 1 husband. Well, 1 ex-one and 1 current one. And this time is the right one. But I've also been laid off. I survived the tsunami, and I moved countries when the COVID was with 3 teenager daughters, and people thought I was bat crazy. Well, maybe I am. Well, I also did my MBA while I was pregnant, and I graduated with my class with a 6-month-old baby. So yes, I've had some waves. And through them, I have learned that courage isn't loud. It's quiet. It's persistent. And it's learned. My identity is actually an immigrant. I'm always the new person in the room, in the school, in the city, in the neighborhood, in the country. I'm the one who doesn't know the rules yet, or the culture, or who is who, or the language. Earlier, I used to think that this is my weakness. And now, I know that it's my superpower. Because when you're used to starting over, you discover something most people never do. You survive the hard parts and grow even through them. You learn to adapt, and you learn to adapt fast. And you know, that's what really courage is. It's not the absence of the fear. It's actually acting despite of it all. So years ago, when I was living in Amsterdam, I left a secure job at Canon. I had a new role at the cybersecurity role in a major international firm. A huge, big step forward. So before starting, I took some time off to travel in Asia and to recharge the batteries. And when I came back to Amsterdam, back home, I had a suitcase full of souvenirs, head full of plans and dreams, and I started up my laptop and I opened my email. And there it was. Dear Annariina, we regret to inform you. Hiring freeze. Layoffs. No new joiners. I never started that job. And just like that, no job, no plan, no backup. I was angry. I was scared. I started to panic, and I cried. So I made myself a simple rule. Day 1 is for shock. Day 2 is for action. The very next morning, I fired up my laptop again, and I started to apply for every single job I could find. No ego, no shame, just action. I applied online. I applied through friends, through the network, portals. I went to the job agency. And then I saw an ad in a local newspaper, actual newspaper. And I applied for a marketing assistant job. I was way too overqualified for it. But hey, it was a job and I got it. And when I started it, I didn't just do it. I crushed it. And within a year, I got promoted 3 times. So why am I telling you all this? Because sometimes a setback is actually a set up for the next big leap forward. But only if you keep moving. Now let me tell you another story. And this is I might get a little bit emotional, so pardon me. Scroll back to Christmas Eve, Thailand, 2004. Me and my then boyfriend, and now husband of 20 years, he proposed to me on a Christmas Eve on a diving cruise. It was a very romantic and perfect moment. 2 days later, on a Boxing Day, in the morning, we went diving on a Richelieu rock. One of the most beautiful places on earth to dive. Lots of flora, fauna, beautiful, beautiful fish. And when the tsunami hit, we were underwater. I didn't see it coming. And when we surfaced, the world had changed. Boats gone, shoreline different, waves at the corner of the island. It looked really surreal, as if this was not happening. They were swirling at the end of the island. It looked like as if we were in a washing machine. And silence everywhere. In the beginning, we didn't even realize what had happened. The magnitude of it all. A huge, huge tragedy for the whole region. More than 220,000 people dead. And yet, we had survived. But that day changed forever how I see time and how I see life. When we got back home, we didn't wait for the right moment to get married, to start a family, or to begin new things. Because here's what I learned on that day. Life doesn't wait for us to be ready. The waves come, whether we see them or not. You can choose the waves, but you can choose how you swim. Now, if you don't know, I come from Finland. My name looks like cat walked over a keyboard. So it's a Finnish-Croatian name. And in Finland, we have a word that doesn't fully translate. And it's called sisu. And it's not stubbornness, and it's not grit. It's the quiet strength and calm belief that you can keep on going, even when it's hard. And that's those moments that taught me, both in Amsterdam and underwater. That you don't need to know the whole entire path. All you need to do is just take the next step. Progress beats perfection. Always. There's something also that you don't usually see, and this is on Instagram. Usually, growth is great. No, growth is boring. That's right. Growth isn't glamorous. Most of the time, it's invisible. It's those 5 to 15 minutes a day, listening, learning, connecting, networking, showing up for yourself, showing up for others. It's a compound interest on courage. And momentum doesn't start with luck. It starts with showing up consistently, quietly, and with sisu. So hustle until you stumble upon it. Become the best at what you do. And refine what you do until this is actually true. Prepare your mind and be sensitive for the chances that others will miss. And the opportunities will seek you out. Luck becomes your destiny. Now, you don't need to be a coder to be in tech. You just need curiosity, because tech is everywhere now, all over the place. We have tech in health, we have it in education, we have it in climate, we have it in creativity, we have it in society, our homes, in our lives. We don't need just the engineers. We need communicators, we need doctors, we need teachers, we need designers, we need psychologists, artists, we need storytellers. We need the people who understand empathy, complexity, and human behavior. We need people like you. And you belong here. Not because you're perfect, none of us are, but because you care enough to learn. And you belong here because our industry needs your perspective to evolve. And you belong here because innovation thrives through diversity. So when I started my studies back in '93, there were 3 women in my class. My eldest daughter started to study this fall at the Technical University of Vienna. And when I visited her a couple of weeks ago, my daughter told me, "Mom, there are only 2 other girls in my class. The rest of them are guys." Déjà vu. The numbers haven't changed, but we have. And the numbers will change if we stay. If we stand up, if we speak up, we talk, we mentor, we sponsor, we connect. That's what changes the future. Not waiting up for permission to show up. You're not here to fill a seat. You're here to claim one. And if there's no seat, bring your own. And if there's no table, build your own. Now, let me leave you with one last thought, which is rooted in Sisu. I've had my shares of waves, and some they've been visible, and some have been invisible. Some really big, giant, stormy waves, some smaller splashes. Jobs lost, plans broken, fresh starts. And what I've learned in life is that the waves, they never stop coming. But when they do, we get to decide how we meet them. And you can choose how you swim. So right now, I invite you to do one small act of courage today. Apply for something. Ask the question. Say yes to something that scares you or something that excites you. Because courage isn't about waiting until you're ready. We never are. It's about moving even when you're not ready. Because life is short and you're already in the water. So live your life to the fullest. Your attitude is everything. Your curiosity is everything. Your sisu is everything. And you belong in the rooms where future is being built. So walk in, sit down, and when the waves come in, swim. Thank you.